Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today is April the 27th, 2026. I want to ask this young generation, women today. I'm talking to all race women today. As we have seen that there is a epidemic, a uprising of men can't accept breakups, but you women pick that man and have kids by him. You know that show, Pop the Balloon? I viewed it a few times, and I used to see women would ask these men, do you believe in Jesus Christ? And when the man started talking, he's stuttering, and they said, well, yeah. And then they popped the balloon because the man seemed like he don't believe in Jesus Christ. I wondered to myself, when I look at the views of it, the women that's asking these men, do you believe in Jesus Christ? The Bible says you will know them by their fruit. You ought to see how the women are dressed, and you're looking for a godly man. So this is what's happening in the world today. There's a bunch of fakers. How do I want to start this? I don't want to offend anyone, but I got to give it to you. I saw a grieving family. Daughter was a nurse in a Detroit hospital. And she was dating this here guy. And this is what I want to put out there. When they giving a eulogy and they talk about the person after they got deleted, they say this young lady was a nice person. She was a people lover. She always wanted to help people. And she was a good mother to her child. And she, loved the community. She was raising some money for something. And she did a lot of good things out in the world. And she was also a first responder. The Bible has told us, people, the reason why I'm breaking this down, because I want to tell you what one of the family members said. I think it was her brother. He said, look what you've done to us and done to your family. You have embarrassed your family and you have hurt us. And the family member said, we can't even comprehend why would you kill someone you love. Stick with the precept that I said that he loved. And if you stay on this video, people don't watch my videos. And I sit back, and this guy say he can't comprehend, and that's why I sit back and go, well, y'all don't like watching videos like this here, so that's why you can't comprehend. And you'll keep your kids, your daughters, out of harm's way if you listen to a video like this. I don't care who you are and what you may say your style is, or if you got a good job. I told you, people, the Bible don't lie. The Bible says even a good Samaritan will not make it in the kingdom. This young lady is considered as a good Samaritan. No God. They didn't say she loved Jesus Christ and she went to church every time to church. All they said was they talked about community serving. The Bible has told us, serve no other gods before me. He's a jealous God. And if you don't put God at the top of your list, in Psalms 91, it says, the security of the one who trusts in the Lord. Security. So when I say you women pick these type of men, look, I want to make you people understand something, the nature of a fruit. Okay? If you go to your local grocery store and I want you to go to the grape section, I'm going to use this as a parable. Go to the grape section and bite that grape and tell me what's going to come out of it. I'm just speaking as if you can talk to me. A grape taste. All right. When the Bible tells us to examine a man by his fruit, this guy allegedly had deleted his ex-girlfriend. You can see on some videos that he looked like he was a dope dealer, flashing money. Okay? And when this dude went to go stalk this young lady at the hospital, he put on a disguise and wore a blonde wig, African-American guy, and had a mask over his face. Waited till she got off of work, waited till she got in her vehicle, and ran up, ambushed her, and deleted her. Here's what I want to make you people understand. If you know a person's background and you know what kind of style they are, I'm talking about these gangsters. They street men. If they street men, it should be able to tell you that this guy is violent and corrupt. No God. But then you lay down with him and have babies with him. Since this guy couldn't comprehend, I'm going to tell you what happened. I've been in the same shoes, and I'm not trying to stone anybody. First, let me give you an example about me so you won't think I'm trying to stone anybody. All right. You have to understand what I'm getting ready to tell you, how most of these women are getting deleted, because they don't understand that the Jezebel spirit starts with flesh. And what's that? Sexual intercourse. And it also starts with image. I'm going to give you a breakdown. Okay? All right. A family member of a young family nurse, she was deleted by her on again, off again boyfriend. He allegedly deleted his ex. And one of the family members said, "We can't even comprehend why he would kill someone he loved." I'm making this video because I saw that family in so much pain. And the young lady was beautiful and left a 5-6-year-old son. And this guy sitting in court looking numb. And the reason why he's sitting there looking numb, because you have to understand the nature of the beast. It wasn't that he loved her. Let me tell you what type of man she picked, so you people can get it. You women, I hope you pass this video. All right. And take heed to it if you don't pass the video. Whether you're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, Korean, whoever you are, this young generation. If a man does not know God and you don't know God, then John 15:18 through 19 applies to you. The Bible says that birds of a feather flock together, and they love their own and treat them with affection. So you're going to ignore the fact that he's a gangster. What do gangsters do? They delete people. They sell dope. They rob, kill, and steal. So whatever in him is coming out of him like that grape. Do you get it? God says whatever comes out of a person's mouth comes from his heart. And it's not what he puts in his mouth that defiles a man. It's what comes out. Well, you could see how he talk. If he talk gangster, you know what he's about. Okay? So he don't want to accept a breakup. Why? Love ain't in him. So what did the Bible say about Satan? He masquerades as an angel of light. He'll tell you he love you, but he don't. So what happened here, this guy know God. So let me show you what he did. Satan gave them a mind of obsession. He didn't love her. And his mind said, I own her. Yeah. Whether it's a female or a male, if they don't know God. Well, I'm talking to females today. This guy said, no, I love you. And guess what? She didn't know God, so she believed the devil. You know, I love. And so he winded. It showed the video where he gave her roses and bought her things. And see what I'm saying? When you worldly, you're going to keep going back. So you know they was having a hanky-panky if they have a child. Stay on this video, and I'm going to tell you what happened. Okay? The Jezebel curse got her. That's why the family can't comprehend it, and the Jezebel curse got him. So let's start with her, because we know what type of guy he was because he deleted her. We don't need to talk about him. We know he was gangster. Full-blown 100% gangster. All right. Now let's talk about her, why she couldn't escape. Remember what I said? On again, off again. She kept going back. Did she go back for the child? No, she didn't go back for the child. Why? Because if she was doing it for the child, she wouldn't be dating or married to a guy like that. People always say after it happened, I'm protecting my child. Okay? If you're protecting your child, you wouldn't bring a child in this world from a man of that caliber. That's the embarrassment to be saying, that's my baby daddy, and he gangster. Got all the stuff in his mouth, gold, and that bling bling and all that, and you take him around your family. So your family don't say nothing because why? The Bible says in John 15, 18 through 19, if you belong to the world, then the world gonna love you as its own. So the family ain't gonna say nothing. Mama, be quiet. He's a dope dealer. And God said, woe to you that try to get rich quick. Well, you know, if he's a dope dealer, it ain't gonna last. He gonna get caught. So this is the thing that I get mad. They blame the guy. But who picked him? So I'm going to give you people a little breakdown about him, and I'm going to tell you, I got a brother that's got a stronghold, and I had a stronghold. It was this female, like I told you people, that I married, and I was having sex with her. And that's how Jezebel's spirit gets you. Through looks, if a person look good, and through the sex. Because obsession starts with image and desire. Did you catch that? Image, and that's how Satan gets you. A person look good, and the desire of how they made you feel. Whether they wine and dine you with material things, or they stick the hanky-panky in you. And you gap them legs from east to west. That's the stronghold. And if Satan is in that person gonna make you feel so good, and you going back for some more like crack cocaine. That's right. That's the obsession. So instead of saying, I love you, he's telling you those words, but in his mind, you don't know I own you, so don't you try to leave me. So that's what happened. I want to make the family understand, since you can't comprehend it, he had an obsession with either her looks or her vagina. And she had an obsession for his looks or either his penis. That's why she kept going back, or his money. Okay? They had a strong desire for something. All right? Now, if you have a strong desire for God, you wouldn't have went back. Okay? Through the flesh, sex or image is a stronghold. Is gripping you down. A person trying to leave, but they keep going back because the spirit of domination pulls them back. The feelings of desire, that penis and that vagina. Okay? John 10:10. The thief only comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And that's how he gets you, through the flesh. So if you're having sex with somebody a whole lot, and she had on one of her social media sites, she said, let me show you how she said it. She said, I'm in love with someone that is the father, she said, I'm in love with someone that hurt me, that is the father of my baby. I'm in love with someone that hurt me. I'm going to say it again. I'm in love. Well, how you going to be in love with somebody that's hurting you? Now you see the confusion? Somebody that's hurting you, beating you, playing on you, betraying you. It's that Jezebel stronghold. He was putting it down. Or she couldn't just, if you're a nurse, you got to be having a good income. But the reason why she kept going back, because I'm telling you people, I saw a picture of him. He wasn't a bad looking guy, but that's how Satan gets you. Know God through the flesh. Okay? And it'll make you think you having sex with the best person in the world. Boy, this person make me feel good. Ooh, he be putting it down. Ooh, she got some good stuff. That's how I got put in jail. If you'd have seen this young lady that I was having sex with, you'd have said, what? Oh, no, dog, really? Yeah. Listen, I told you people that my father gave me some street wisdom. When me and my brother, we was young in our teenage years, and we was laughing at a young lady that was on a bus stop. Said, "Oh, did you see that girl? She was ugly, but she was fine, ugly and fine." And my daddy said, "Boy, let me tell you something. Let me tell both of y'all something. If you take that very girl, my father knew something. He went to this day, he ain't a godly man, but he knew something." Because he told us, he said, it was this lady that he was sleeping with, was ugly, and didn't want to go in public with her, but he fell in love with her. Because why? He was sleeping with her all the time. That's how Satan gets you. So he said, that very girl on that bus stop, if you sleep with her every day, you'll think that girl's pretty. And we started laughing. Yeah, whatever, Dad. Well, we was in our teens. I experienced it. That's why I got put in jail, and this lady tried to take my house. Because I moved her in and married her. Not because she looked good, because of the sex was good. If you getting something every day, it's just like crack. If you smoke it every day and you don't get it, you gonna fend for it. Where that crack? Just like I was looking for that crack. Okay? So I'm trying to not be funny, but these families are in so much pain when they lose their child by the hands of a person that they're married to or dating and got a child by that person. But because the world excludes no God, they may say, well, she went to church, but do you really, really, really love God? And if you really, really, really love God, you're not going to compromise with somebody just because the sex is good. Number two, you're not going to prioritize sex over God. Okay? Less God, more worldliness. And Satan going to get a stronghold on you. And that's that Jezebel spirit that's going around today. Well, people just cannot let a person go. They can't take no for an answer. The world calls it obsession. Well, the Bible calls it stronghold. Demonic stronghold. You see, scholars use the word obsession. The Bible uses it as stronghold. I'm going to stick with God. I don't want no stronghold on me no more. So that's why I give my wife more Bible. She tried to leave me, and less sex. You probably saying, no, dog, I got to have sex. Well, you're going to be ended up just like this young lady. And that young lady going to probably end up, you're going to be behind bars. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Less God, more sex. You coming to destruction. He told you, enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate, broad is the road that lead to destruction. Matthew 7, verse 13 to 14. All right. Got that out the way. I want to tell you people something that really hurt me, and I'm going to let you people go. But yes, we do have an epidemic of women all over the world getting deleted. I'm talking successful men. I'm talking got good jobs, rich, middle class, got good jobs. And when that wife said, I'm going to divorce you, we got a case in Texas. Have you seen it all over the news? A case in Texas where a guy named called Brad Simpson. I forgot his wife's name. They looked like they were pretty wealthy. She was a real estate agent. And she said she was going to divorce him. And he found out she did file for divorce and got deleted. And this is an old couple, a kind of middle-aged couple. And I've been kind of seeing some of his court sessions. And I'm like, man, this dude look bad. Caucasian couple. All right. This is kind of sentimental. Touching to me. What I'm getting ready to tell you people, and I'm going to let you people go. Me and my middle brother was close. We're just a year apart. I'm the youngest of 3 boys. And this is what I want to tell the parents. That when you're grieving over a daughter or a son that's gotten deleted by a relationship. Well, this is what's happening all over the world, is that when Jesus Christ is asking us in the Bible that will you give up a father, a mother, a brother, a sister, children, and wife for me, if they're not doing my Father's will. My middle brother was the hardest for me to cut loose. And it's going on 3 years that I cut him loose because I was so close to him, and every time I would do things for him and want to be around him, he would hurt me. And he would hurt me and do things to me and betray me, talk about me behind my back. And I had a stronghold. I had a stronghold because my mother created this triangulation system to where she made us love one another, but she also played favoritism. So we were close as brothers growing up. And so I want to make you people understand the hardest thing that when I think about the story about Cain and Abel, how Cain deleted his brother out of jealousy. The worst thing that I saw when I was seeing this family grieving is how I would see my brother. He's with a young lady right now that he's been married to probably about 25 years. And it is God's mercy and grace that he's still living based on what she's done to him. And when you see a family member like that, that you love so much, and you want to stand up for him and take up for him. I, as a man, before I gave my life to Christ, I'm a street man. And I've shot at many guys that used to mess with his wife, or he found out that his wife was having an affair, and me and my brother would jump on these men, and I would pull a gun out, and everybody would try to stop me from shooting the guy, and the gun would go off in the air, but my attempt was to try to delete the guy after we done whooped him real good, and I thank God I'm not in prison. Now, I did all this for my brother, the middle brother, because he's always had issues with his first wife playing on him and the current wife that he's with today. And I look back at some of the guys that I've shot at, and I thank God that I knew he had a purpose for me where that bullet didn't even hit him. It may have shot at their windshields and their vehicles, but that's how much I love my brother. But as time progressed, when he started getting in years of being with this young lady, I just won't reveal to you people what some of the things that she did before him. But I will tell you this. She's not to be played with. And just like the young lady that passed on that I was married to, she was from Compton, California. And she wasn't to be played with. She was a street girl. And she was bold. And I thank God that she didn't get a gun and delete me, because in some sense I was kind of afraid of this young lady. So I packed a gun also. So I want to make you people understand about this young lady that my brother's married to that hurt me so bad, the things that she did. I'm just going to give you a brief list, and I'll let you be the judge. And I used to be so hurt that my brother is going through this here. But the brother will turn on you. And that's why Jesus saying, if they don't do my Father's will you let them go? And if you don't let them go, you're not worthy to me. So this is what I'm telling the parents that caught this video. If you see your daughter dating a guy that you know he looks like bad news, you got to disown her. Because why? If you accept it, he may end up deleting her and you. So it's just like when a rat go out and get poison and bring it back to the colony. It's going to kill all the other rats. So it's the same thing with your kids. That if your kids is being exposed to trouble out in the world, and then you still let them come to your house, trouble is coming to your house and your family. So I cut my brother loose. Why? Because when I first found out the very first incident that this lady is supposed to love my brother, her and her sister plotted when he got home from work one day. This was like in the early 90s, and jumped on him and stabbed him. And me and my father, which is him and his young lady, was living in like a Section 8 unit. I was at my father's house cutting grass, and an EMS passed by. My father just happened to say, "Where do you think that's going?" I said, "I don't know, Dad." He said, "Man, get in the car, let's go see." And as we turned the corner, my brother was running down the road, bloody, and collapsed because he had lost so much blood. But he survived it. Then the next incident, years go by. She had an affair with another female. She go both ways. My brother was so hurt. Drove him around to go look for her. I said, "Hey, man, when we find your girl, man, you know I'm packing. You ain't gonna do nothing stupid, are you?" "No." So he took her back. It hurt me. I said, "Man, this lady did almost kill my brother." Found out he was at a nightclub with her. Some buddies came and told me, say, "Man, you know, it was wintertime. It kind of had some sleet out there on the ground. And your brother was in there kind of drunk and flirting with some other women." So his girl, they weren't married at the time. They married today. And he walks outside and say, "Open up the door." She's in the driver's seat of their car. And she wouldn't open up the door. She said, because you was in there flirting with those women, why you want to come out here now? So he goes around the backside. She puts the car in reverse, bloop, bloop, and runs over him. Me and my dad go to the hospital. We see 2 casts on his arms, and he barely can talk. And my father asked him, hey, man, what happened to you? Oh, I brought it on myself. My dad looked at me and said, man, let's go. We knew then that this lady had a stronghold on him, because no matter what she did to him, he wouldn't let her go. And they're together today. Then I'm at home, not in this home, but I was living in an apartment before I bought this house. And I get a call like about 3 o'clock in the morning. His wife. She said, D, can you come pick up your brother and take him to the hospital? I said, what's going on? Well, he jumped on me. Now listen to me, people. I'm not saying my brother is innocent. Now this is a toxic relationship. And somebody gonna get deleted. So she didn't want to tell me what went on. She said, well, your brother jumped on me. And I just want to tell you that, I stabbed him with something. She picked up a vase. And let me tell you why she stabbed him. She didn't stab him, but I'm going to show you what she did. I remember early that day, me and my brother and her was going to go to a club. So I was at home getting dressed, and they kept taking too long to answer the phone. So I just decided to get undressed. I said, what happened? Why my brother didn't answer the phone? We were supposed to go to a club. So something told me to stay at home. I stayed at home that night. And I got a call at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking it was him calling me to tell me. I said, you know what? They probably got into it again. Well, yeah, they did. Some neighbors that lived next to them was an African-American couple that they didn't like. A husband and a wife. So my brother said, when I went to go pick him up, I'm kind of fast forwarding a little bit, people. I don't want to confuse you. When I went to go pick my brother up, my brother had 2 towels around his neck, and you see the blood just dripping. And I said, man, what's wrong with you, man? What happened? He said, hey, man, when we was going to go out, the reason why I didn't call you back, that he had asked his son, where your mom at? Daddy, I think she went next door. Well, the people next door was going to be moving. And so his ex-wife walked outside, and they told her, hey, we moving. So instead of going in there getting dressed with my brother, because we going to a nightclub, she goes over there and started drinking champagne with them. And started drinking, and my brother went over there and found her. And my brother said, guess what I saw when I walked in? I said, what? He said, man, my wife was in there flopping breasts with this lady. And her husband was filming it. I said, what? So when we got home, I started drinking over there because he gave me a glass of champagne. And I was so lit up, D, and man, I got drunk. And I told her, you was a nasty hoe. And she got mad. And I said, both of y'all was drunk? Yep. And she picked up a vase, iron vase that had some flowers on it, and took the flowers off. And as he was going, he said, I told her, I ain't going to argue with you. I'm finna go to bed. So he turned around and walked off, and she chunked it at him. And the legs of the iron vase stuck him in the neck. And they said centimeters away from his jugular, his artery. So I took him to the hospital and got him there. Guess what he told me on the way? Hey, man, when we get to the hospital, don't you tell this here hospital that my wife did this to. I don't want her to go to jail. I said, what? Yeah, I don't want her to go to jail. Now, what is that? Is that a stronghold? Or is that obsession? Or is that because I love you? No, it's a stronghold. If you put your hands on me, I told my wife, if you put your hands on me, or you put a gun on me and you shoot and miss, you getting deleted. And I'm not taking you back if you survive. Are you with me, people? You get one life. And if you threaten my life, I'm going to take your life. So, as we was at the hospital, they brought them cops in there, and I didn't call the cops. They called the cops because they said, this don't look like, he told the nurses, they said, sir, how did you get this cut? The cut was deep. He lost a lot of blood. And I saw him when they was talking to him. They said, we losing him. And I saw him give my brother CPR 3 times. He died. And I'm sitting there crying. And I went out there and called my dad. I told my dad. He said, what? I said, yeah, man. I said, I don't know if he's going to make it. So they revived him. And the cops was in there when I went back in there and said, sir, if you mind, are you okay enough to talk to us? Yeah. Or my brother looking at me and said, what happened? I was at this nightclub and me and this guy got into it and he cracked a bottle on my neck. And the cops looked at me and my brother looking at me. So the cops are looking at me. Well, you there, sir? I said, no. So I'm giving him the eye. Let's go outside. So my brother looking at me with this look like, you better not say nothing. So I'm looking at my brother like, you about to lose your life. So I goes outside and I tell the cops the truth. And the cop said, well, in order for us to do something, he said, matter of fact, when I ran his name through, we got a 911 call at his residence, but when they went over there, nobody answered the door. Now, you telling them a lie, and then you about to die, and they came to your house and you won't answer the door. Listen to me, people. The Bible says, what will you exchange your soul for? Sex? Money? To uphold your image? People dying every day. So that happened. He recovers from that. He's still married to her today. Do you know, people, my brother was going to get a divorce from this lady down the line. I stepped in again to help him. And he betrayed me after he wanted to use my attorney. And I took him to my attorney. He begged me. It was like a Thursday. And I said, man, you really want to get a divorce? Yeah, I'm going to divorce this B. I'm sick of this B. Remember what I just told you about this young lady? On again, off again. On again, off again. If you're a family that's experiencing that, you better tell this person, look, honey, we love you. We don't want to see anything bad happen to you. But at this moment, you're going to have to stop coming over here. Until you make up a sound mind decision, you're going to have to let them go, people, as much as it's going to hurt you to save your life. My brother ended up taking this lady back and called the cops on me and threatened me and told me, you tell that you know what, attorney to give me my money back, and just was tripping. I said, what? You told me to go get a woman that money? I want my money back. I told you I didn't need no divorce. He didn't win. It happened on a Thursday. He filed for a divorce. He didn't win on a weekend. And guess what she did? You know what she did, people. I don't have to demonstrate it. She gapped them legs from east to west and told him I'm sorry. Okay? She did something, during this time when he was going to get a divorce, I'm sorry I left that out. She called him with a guy that we know. And she admitted it. Yeah, we've been having an affair for a whole year. So that's when he said he was going to divorce her. Okay? And I want you people to understand the caliber of guy that she was having sex with behind my brother's back. A crackhead. You know that's a stronghold. Listen, if my wife degrade me and do a downgrade, look, I'm going to still be pissed off if she do an upgrade and find a man that's richer than me, got more than me. That's just the nature of a person. You're like, so you got an upgrade, huh? All right. But if I find out my wife, all the beatings I didn't took from her, I ain't talking about physical beatings, but all the abuse I didn't took from my wife, then you go find a crackhead? No, that's an insult. It's just like what God is saying in Galatians 6:7. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. He said that my precepts, my word, will not be scornfully set aside and insulted. And that's how I feel. You going to insult me like that? Really? So she insulted him and slept with a crackhead, moved in with him. And she ain't even on drugs. Okay? That happened. One time before, she made him lose his job. That happened. Then the last thing that hurt me the most, and I'm going to let you people go. She turned him against me. He don't want to have nothing to do with me. He started treating me with this mean spirit, and I would do things for him in his house. I put cameras up on his house, lights up on his house. I would still go around and say, you know what? The Bible says forgive your brother 70 times 70. That means forever. Forgave him, and forgave him, and forgave him. And God said, let him go. Now that's mercy. He done went around and told people lies on me, telling them I'm crazy. And that's the most hurting thing, that I was there when he was at his low. Then my father come telling me that, that's not my son. That was another hurting thing. What? Yeah, I didn't want to tell you, but that's not really my son. All my life, I just found this out 2 years ago. And I said, well, did y'all get a blood test? Well, he don't want to get one. He told me he didn't want you to know. What? So I got to live with this the rest of my life. So here's the hard part that I'm asking you women. Why is it that if you don't want to get hit on, deleted, betrayed, mistreated, do you not understand that a street man, that's just who that dude is? And the family can't even eyeball it. I heard the brother say, I kept telling my sister there was something about something. If you see this guy with all this money, the court session said that when they did a raid in his house, they found guns, dope, money, you name it. So how did the family not know this here? Listen what I want to tell you people. I'm going to let you people go. You know why you parents accept these dope dealers? Don't get mad at them. Because your daughter is giving you some of that money. And I'm out.